But I'm gonna go into the like lower level bars. I don't know if you heard that, but Siri responded to me just now about that.
After going up the gangway, we embarked the ship on deck 6, which is the lower promenade level, which is really a pretty nice place to enter. And of course at this point the rooms weren't ready, so I went up and had some lunch and explored the ship a little bit. It was raining off and on, so there weren't a whole lot of people on the main pool deck at this point, but there were quite a few people in the Serenity area. This is a nice indoor pool complex at the front of the ship that I of course lingered in to people watch, but I didn't stay in there for too long because I wanted to grab a drink. There is a bar in the Serenity area, but I had already made friends with a couple of the bartenders at the main pool bar, so I went out there and that's where I met Jerry, the lady from the Facebook group, and we had a couple of rounds of drinks together, but then a storm passed through, so I decided to make my way down into the interior of the ship. I went to the Infinity Bar in the lobby because the last couple of times I was on MSC Meraviglia, I really enjoyed that bar, and while I was sitting there enjoying a cocktail, they made the announcement that it was time for the muster drill, and I also wanted to see if my luggage was at my room yet, so I made my way up to deck 10 and down the hall and to my room.
Alright y'all, so I am on board MSC Meraviglia. They're actually making announcements in the hallway in several languages. Basically what they're saying is that we're about to have the safety drill. MSC's drill is a little bit not traditional, but not as modern as some of the other cruise lines. So basically we watch a video on our stateroom TV, which is actually already loaded up for me. And then we have to confirm through the phone that we watched it. And then we have to go to our muster station to check in with our cruise card. And then we're done. The way other cruise lines are doing it is that when you embark the ship, the first place you go is to your muster station. You check in. On Carnival, they're doing an actual demonstration for you in person. On Royal, you can watch it through the app and then just get checked off. But MSC's is still a little bit traditional in the sense that we all have to go at the same time. Which, you know, I mean, I guess is a little bit probably safer in a sense because we all know where we're supposed to go and how to get there from our rooms and things. But also a little bit less convenient.
Your life jacket goes on over your head. Pull together the two front pieces. First, clasp the waist belt. Then, clasp the belt under your chin. Pull the free end to tighten.
After you watch the safety video in your stateroom, you call in on your cabin phone and confirm that you've watched it. And once they have confirmation that every cabin has called in, they tell everybody to go to their muster station. They try to make it organized by calling people deck by deck, but it ends up being that everybody's out there at the same time anyway and, you know, trying to get scanned in at their muster station, etc. But once you scan in, you are good to go, and so I decided to make my way up to the main pool deck. This cruise fell right around Easter, so the Facebook group decided that we should all wear bunny ears, and I had found a cheap pair at Party City, so I brought those with me and decided to put them on, you know, to participate and be in the spirit of the event. And the bunny ears made it easy to identify the other people in the Facebook group, so I met up with them, had a couple of drinks, and then it was time for sail away. Luckily, the weather had calmed down at this point, so we all got to dance and do the whole thing like usual, and the entertainment team came out and pumped up the crowd and taught us all some dance moves and stuff like that, and I even got Jerry to dance with me a little bit, but we decided to go back over to the bar and have some more drinks. And at this point, we were feeling pretty good, so Jerry and I convinced two of the bartenders to put on our bunny ears, and her and I and a few people we had met sat at that bar for a couple of hours and, you know, just kind of got to know each other. At one point, Jerry had to go down to dinner, but I decided to stay there for a little bit longer, and then after a while, I made my way back down into the inside of the ship.
Alright y'all, so I'm still wearing bunny ears. I missed dinner, even though I went through all that trouble to get a table assigned, but I ate lunch late, so that's my excuse. I'm just gonna do like buffet and snacks and whatever later. Tomorrow I'm definitely going to dinner because I want to meet my table mates, see who I got sat with. Right now I'm going down. I was up at the pool deck and the fun party and all that. I was at the back end of that. But anyway, I got a bracelet, so it's proof that I went. But I'm gonna go into the like lower level bars. I don't know if you heard that, but Siri responded to me just now about that. But anyway, so next thing you'll see is probably another drink.
In the evenings, they always have entertainment going on in the lobby atrium. I just wish there were more seats there. That's one thing about MSC Divina that I really loved, is the way that the lobby is set up. But I grabbed a drink from Infinity and listened to the sax player from over there, but ultimately I decided to go up to the pub. The pub is always a favorite spot of mine on any cruise ship, and on MSC Meraviglia, this is where they do most of the trivias. And this is also where you'll find the biggest selection of draft beer on board, so definitely can recommend. And then from there, I made my way over to the Edge Bar, which is one deck above Infinity in the lobby atrium, and I grabbed a beer.
Alright, y'all, so I am taking advantage of the drink package tonight. Cheers. If you've never sailed MSC before, make sure you do the all-in drinks and Wi-Fi ticket, because, like, you end up with drinks for, like, $12 a day, like, no joke. If you calculate out the cost of the Wi-Fi versus the drinks, it's such good value. So yeah. Cheers to all that. So anyway, we'll talk soon.
While I was sitting there, some people from the Facebook group who I'd met earlier at the sailaway meet and greet invited me back to the Horizon bar to do kind of like the nightclub stuff, and I told them I would stop over there and hang out for a little bit. And while I was passing through, I caught a dome show, which always looks so good with the evening lighting of the promenade. The Horizon bar gets pretty turned at night, and that's one of the bars that's open until the wee hours of the morning. But I was pretty much done drinking at this point. I'd had the same Dos Equis for like 45 minutes already, so I grabbed a bottle of water to have with it. And at this point, I hadn't eaten anything since lunch, so I made my way into the late night buffet, grabbed some pizza, salad, fruit, etc., and scarfed that down before making my way back down to my room to call it a night.
Alright, y'all, that's a wrap. I just finished my food, and I'm ready for bed. A good first day. I had a lot to drink today, as usual, but I think after today, it'll probably be pretty mellow as far as drinking goes, but you never know. Lots of days left, but you know, gotta be careful not to hurt myself too much, especially since I have excursions and things booked this trip. So Nassau tomorrow. I don't have an excursion in Nassau. I did originally, but I canceled it. It was just like a city tour or whatever. I've never done one before, so I thought about doing it, but decided to cancel it. And I might get off. I'm not sure. We'll see. But anyway, I want to thank you all so much for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.